Boxing King Media in association with Boxro. Got Josh Warrington. Josh, massive fight for you, another world title opportunity, the potential to become two-time world champion. How does that sound?
Sounds nice. It's not bad on the CV either, is it? Two-time world champion. Even though I've had 3 defences of that IBF belt, just adding that 2-time to it makes it sound a bit more special. Even though I've never lost the belt in the ring, it'd be just a nice accolade to have.
I just mentioned it off air. I met you at the Parker Chisora fight, and I remember mentioning it to you then. There's a chance you might get the Martinez fight, and you didn't say a lot then, but was it in play at that time?
Yeah, there were just rumours. There were rumours. I mean, things are getting started to get negotiated, but sometimes maybe you don't know how things are in sport. It could be 95% done, but it's not fucking 100%. If it's not signed, sealed and delivered, and it's not been announced, and it's not on. So I heard the rumours, and I was getting like a little bit excited, and things were put into place. Venues were getting booked and stuff, but I don't ever get myself too excited because I've been in this sport far too long now. I've been fighting in fucking headline shows since 2014, so I know that things may change. So I'll keep myself in gym, keep myself sharp, but it was just sat back in my mind there.
I mentioned it to Eddie earlier because obviously Galahad Martinez financially, it's well documented. He didn't do too well with the numbers, etc. Do you think that played a big part in the fact that you've got this fight and not Barry? Obviously, you've still got a big fan base and you're still a massive draw in Leeds.
Well, I think that's one factor, but I think the biggest factor more than anything is that Kiko wanted the fight, and kid's matchroom fighter, but so is fucking Kiko now, and he's the champion. And if they had a rematch clause, then it'd have been with the promoters, not with the IBF. It's not like Kiko was a mandatory; it was a voluntary defence. So Kiko really don't have to fucking fill that. He's a champion. He's in the driving seat, and he wanted to fight me. That's what he said very clearly. He wanted to fight Josh Warrington. He wanted to put the demons from 5 years ago to bed. Now he's got his opportunity, and then, like I say, he's demanded the fight. So obviously, for Eddie, well, he can say, well, that's all right for us because Josh is a matchroom fighter as well. But just because fucking the kid didn't get his opportunity, I think he's first and foremost down to the fact that Kiko wants to fight me.
I spoke to Kiko about his toughest opponents he's had, and he's fought everyone. His box record is scary when you look at it. From Leo Santa Cruz to Frampton, Gary Russell, yourself. He's fought everyone, and I asked him who he felt was the biggest test in his career. And he mentioned Carl Frampton, somebody you beat. What did you take from that?
Yeah, I think he had a great fight with Carl Frampton. 2 brilliant fights with Carl. I think it was good in terms of the atmosphere, where they built a stadium outdoors and stuff like that. I learned a lot from the Kiko fight as well, because at the time I was just chasing that world title fight with Lee Selby, and all I was bothered about was winning. It wasn't bothered about so much about putting performance on or causing real infliction. It was just a case of winning, just get the fight won. And it taught me a lot when I boxed Kiko the first time. Realised that you can't overwork and overraw people, because some people can match you. Punch output, more or less through the band the same punches. Obviously I landed cleaner work, but it made me go back to the gym and think, right, I have to sit down on my punches a little bit more, maybe use a bit more in boxing skills. So I learned a massive lesson. But yeah, it's interesting in a way that if he considers Carl one of his toughest tests, because Carl considers me one of his toughest tests, and I think that come a few years after I boxed Kiko. So and that's because I've improved and started setting on my punches and stuff. So we'll see what he says after he's boxed me on March 26th.
Last question, Josh. It's been 5 years since you both fought each other. I think you've had about 5-6 fights in that time, and he's had 10 plus. Will that play a factor in this? The slight inactivity on your part, and obviously him being, getting loads of action in.
Not really. Obviously, during pandemic, I don't know nothing about that. But you look at the level of opponents who I've been boxing. You know, since I boxed him, I boxed Dennis Solan in the fan eliminator, Lee Selby, who was the champion, Carl Frampton in the defence, who was ranked number 2 in the world at the time, Kiko GALAHAD in mandatory defence, and I think the only steady one out of them was Sofian's coach. Obviously, they had the two Walari, which were, one of them were 9 rounds and one of them were 2 rounds, so you can't really take much from that. But majority of them have been high calibre opponents, so Kiko's boxed some great guys over the few years. He's boxed Carlos Juniors, win European title, but some of his others have just been takeover fights as well.
Sweet, Josh. I wish you all the best, mate, and hopefully this leads to bigger and unification fights in the US for you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.